a law that makes imperfection impossible. So study smarter, not harder. Have you ever gotten an 100 on a test? Well, if you have, your teacher probably added 20 points to that grade report since you were the most favorited student in her class. Teacher's pet. And if you haven't, well, I guess after watching this video, you'll know why. Hello everybody, and welcome to my brand new channel called Lost in the Sea, where I plan to discuss to all of you about meanings and theories and everything you want to know in life. So, if you got the internet and want to learn more things about life, then maybe you should scientifically whack that subscribe button. When it comes down to a test, multiple factors affect your final grade. Most importantly, the amount of time you studied, your keywords that you studied, but there are significantly other factors that are involved in the grade you get, like the amount of rest you get before a test, how stressed you are, how much you understand the teacher, and yes, if she's yapping about quantum physics, you might need a pretty decent. Other things are climate. According to the United States Department of Labor, they recommend temperatures around 68 to 74 degrees. So if your teacher sets up the room temperature equivalent to the Saharan Desert in Africa, just take the F. And on the other hand, your teacher wants her ice cream frozen, and all of you people have to be frozen into a cubicle of human ice. Well, you're also pretty cooked. Most of the time, we don't even think about temperature because it simply does not matter. But between the recommended temperatures of 68 to 74 degrees, people have preferences. And guess what? That literally changes every day. So, great. That's probably why you get C's and D's instead of your A's, which is definitely not your fault for choosing TikTok over studying. Enough yapping with temperature, because even if you have a perfect 69.69 degrees, you probably won't be getting 100. This is because, drumroll please, science. Well, not literally, as the law of diminishing marginal return is an economic principle which states, you guessed it, you cannot ever get 100 on any test. A student's best friend, am I right? I'm sure I've lost a couple of you viewers at this point, but wait! The law of diminishing marginal return is super interesting. Let's say you have an English class, and, well, maybe for me, to explain it better, let's pretend my name's Bob. Well, Bob can study for 10 minutes and get 50% out of 100%. Now, if he studied for another 10%, would he get 100? Well, if Bob became Einstein in the next 30 minutes, well, maybe. But he probably won't. Most likely, he would probably get about 75%. For all my love, I love to do math in my head while watching YouTube video, guys. The formula for final score is final score equals time spent take away 1 plus gain margin times maximum possible points take away time spent take away 1. Literally states you cannot get 100. What this means is if Bob studied for another 10 minutes, he would probably get around 87.5, then 93.75, 96.88, 98.44, 99.22. What you should notice is that as Bob studies more and more and tries to get higher and higher, the 10 minutes that once gave him 50% increase or 25% increase have just worn off. Now the 10 minutes give him 1 point per 10 minutes. What you should notice in that fact is that it keeps getting lower and lower. And if you were wondering, you can never ever hit 100 with this formula. Maybe this video meant something to you, and if it did, please consider in putting a comment about what you want to hear next. And to all of my young listeners and speakers, don't go for 100, you should be going for 95, 85. Maybe something that you're proud of. And if you enjoy life, subscribe.